but I also have the video evidence showing them that they're off. Yo, Steve, man.
Steve.
This video's about Steve, man.
Steve.
His name is Steve Mann. He's the guy who finished in 11th place in the Masters Semifinals online qualifier, which was directly qualifying people into the CrossFit Games. This will be video number 4. The first video, I brought up the fact that there was an issue. I showed you the issue. Workout number 5. You can see there's a bunch of people doing wall balls. In that video, I put it out before the end of the verification process so that maybe somebody on CrossFit's end could make a difference. Video number 2, I doubled down on Tommy Tillman, showing you that he still shouldn't have been given that many repetitions. Everyone thought I was being too hard on him. What ended up happening is no one said anything in relation to that video. I didn't hear back from any of Tommy Tillman's relatives because they probably understood what it was I was trying to say at that point. Workout number 3 was me being all upset because I had made 2 videos now showing exactly what the issue was and nothing was done about it. And now this is video number 4 about the guy sitting in 11th place. The guy sitting in 11th place I was speaking of abstractly at the time because I don't know this guy. All I knew is that when I looked at the leaderboard, you could see that he did 43 reps, which is a completely realistic number of wall balls to do in this workout. The guy who won the division did about 43 wall balls, and I tried to parallel that to somebody like Rich Froning do a 2-minute Fran, and then Steve Mann doing a 2-minute Fran. And you're like, okay, that's doable. I mean, Rich Froning did it. Maybe Steve Mann is really good at Fran. But then everybody between 2nd and 10th place, minute and a half Fran. It's like, okay, so not only did you beat the guy who won the division, but you beat the guy right here who tied the guy in the division. I guess there's a world where it's realistic, but it isn't very likely that the person in 3rd or the person in 6th or anyone else under the qualifying spots is going to beat the guy who won the division by that much. You're not going to beat Rich Froning in Fran by a minute. It just kind of throws up a red flag. So because of that red flag, I got a couple of videos. And in those videos, you saw that the red flag was justified. You saw that the athletes in question were not squatting to parallel. You saw that they were not throwing the wall ball over the target. You saw it clear as day. I put up a video yesterday about a judge saying, hey, if the dress is too short and you got to ask the question, then you shouldn't be wearing it to church. When you watch the videos, it's like, hey, that rep didn't count. Hey, that rep didn't. Bad movement is very clear when you know what good movement looks like. And that brings me to Steve Mann. Steve Mann is coached by Tommy Hackenbruck. Over the course of the weekends of the semifinals, we had Justin Kotler on the Savant podcast a couple of times, and he would stand up for his people. When Matt DeLugos couldn't do pull-ups because the pull-up bar was too short, we didn't hear Matt DeLugos bitching about it because he's the guy in the fight. An athlete who has to go perform, they don't want to bitch about extrinsic things going on because they can't control those. And if you can't control things, all it's going to do is hinder your performance at the end of the weekend or at the end of the competition. So that's where the coach steps in. Justin Kotler was very, very vocal about the fact that Matt DeLugos got fucking a stick shoved up his butt by CrossFit for not adjusting the height of the pull-up bars of these competitions. Will they do it in the future? We don't know because they don't say anything. Does it seem like they're going to do it? No, it doesn't seem like they're going to adjust things.
They know. They just don't care.
Do we hope they will? Sure. Should we continue to sit here and hope that something's going to change? I don't think so. I think that I keep making these videos, and I think eventually we're going to have to put our money where our mouth is.
Fear is a tool.
I'm not quite sure what I mean by that yet. But in the exact same way where Justin Kotler was standing up for Matt DeLugos in the pull-up bars, we have Tommy Hackenbruck who's standing up for Steve Mann in the semifinal Master Online qualifier. Tommy Hackenbruck won the CrossFit Games on the team in 2012. In 2014, one of the major storylines leading up to that year was, hey, can Tommy Hackenbruck, who's a very good team competitor, come into the individual division and push Rich Froning for his 4th title? He ended up finishing 5th or 6th that year, and it ended up being like Frazier versus Froning, and Froning beat Frazier. But I remember leading up to that, it was Hackenbruck. It was a cool thing. I think he went and finished on the podium with his team the following year, and then since apparently he has switched his role from being the elite or top athlete to being a coach. And he has Steve Mann right on the cusp. And Tommy Hackenbruck has been there. He's done that. He knows what it's like to catch the short end of the stick. But now because he's in the coach's position, he feels as if he owes it to his guy to help him out. So what does Tommy say? He makes an Instagram post. He basically tells you everything I said right there, but the part that gets really nitty-gritty is this paragraph right here where he goes, within 5 days of finishing the qualifier, Steve received confirmation that his scores had been accepted and that 2 of his scores had been modified. He was penalized 2 no reps in workout 5 for missing the 11-foot target on the wall balls even after his judge gave him a handful of no reps during during the workout. Also, his 1 rep max clean and jerk was reduced by 1 pound because they thought that he used a 20 kilogram bar when in fact his bar was 45 pounds. Let me reiterate, his score on workout 5 was reviewed and modified, so we all expected all competitor scores to be reviewed for workout 5 and probably some would be modified. So what I pick up on right in there is that number 1, they need to cut the shit with the barbell thing. It's like, just let it be a motherfucking 20 kilogram barbell measured as 45 pounds. Same thing with the females. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now you're giving penalties for barbells that aren't due penalties on barbells. What the fuck? You really want to go through every single workout video that you're going to receive and say, do we need to take a pound off of that bar, or can we just freaking let it go the way we've had it forever? You're going to go do Fran, right? Or you're going to write Fran is now 94.63. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Figure it out. And then thing number 2 is that Steve Mann had workout number 5 adjusted. He had workout number 5 adjusted. He had 2 reps taken off. He has 43 reps there, and he had 2 of those. Maybe he had 45 before, but he had an adjustment. In that workout, he finished 16th, but it's not about those 2 reps. It's about all of the other reps given to the other athletes on this workout. You can go look at the first video that I put up, and there are 2 athletes. Number 7, Tommy Tillman. He has 74 repetitions. Number 10, Osvaldo. He has 72 reps on that workout. And then, although he's outside the cut line, number 14, Rodrigo Dominguez with 73 reps. These are all number of repetitions that should not have been numbers of repetitions. I can go over it again, which is that it was a death by workout. I'll do it real quick. In this 2-minute segment right here, they had to do 25 reps. In this 2-minute segment here, death by workout, they had to do 30 reps. And then from minutes 4 to 6, they had to do 35 repetitions. The big issue here is that this online death by workout, in this window where they had to do 25 reps from 0 to 2, they were given reps that should not have been reps. So let's say an athlete finishes with 20 of the 25 reps due to 5 no repetitions, they shouldn't be allowed to move into this window. And it was in this third window from minutes 4 to 6 where they would then be accumulating reps into the 70s. So when you look at a workout with Tommy Tillman at 74, Osvaldo at 72, and with Rodrigo Dominguez at 73 repetitions, all of those were in that third window. And when you go review my video of me reviewing them, you can see that they have no right being in that window. And as I've said, the guy who won the competition, Tom Mulber, he has 45 repetitions on this workout. You have Steve Mann, 43 repetitions on this workout. You have Tommy Hackenbruck, who has been to the CrossFit Games, done really well, won on a team, done plenty of online qualifiers. Judging Steve Mann, knowing that he's probably making him squat below parallel and holding him accountable to get the ball over the freaking line. 43 repetitions, that seems to be about where, as a 65-year-old male with a 20-pound ball to an 11-foot target, your score will land if you are in contention for a spot. And it seems fucking ridiculous that the guy in second place has 113 repetitions, which is almost 3 times as many as these other competitors. You're telling me he has the capacity to do, if I could deadlift 600 pounds, he can deadlift 1,800 pounds? It would raise a red flag. If I can do 150 wall balls unbroken with a 20-pound ball, you're telling me he can do 450 wall balls unbroken? That one probably makes more sense than the deadlift. Nice job, Andrew. You ran a 5-minute mile, but this guy ran a 3-minute mile. It's like, how? That's not even possible. So CrossFit, for somehow, some way, on Steve Mann's workout number 5, had his score adjusted. But these guys aren't having their scores adjusted. And it's not that, very much like workout 3, you can just tell which ones are off, which we have. They look a little bit off, but I also have the video evidence showing them that they're off. You can go check it out. It's still live right now. It's got like 15,000 views. 15,000 people have seen that the people in 7th, 10th, and 14th place have workout scores that should be fucking adjusted. I'm not saying that any of these people don't belong at the CrossFit Games. I'm saying that we don't know whether or not they belong at the CrossFit Games.
Is it the CrossFit Games? Is it the finals, or is it the Games finals?
I'm going to take this a step deeper right now. There's a comment in there by Jordan Troyan, and the comment by Jordan Troyan, who, if you don't know, he's that guy who, when he goes to the CrossFit Games, he wins the swimming events. I think it was 2014, 2015, he won both of those events. Now, that was a while ago. He's very similar to Tommy Hackenbruck in age, and he comments that online qualifiers are a joke with all the no reps. I've learned over the years not to take the score seriously. 2019, I barely qualified through the online qualifier in the 35 to 39-year-old division and ended up second at the live event in the games. I've always taken pride in moving well with the following standards. A live event qualifier would be nice in the age group divisions, but it's never going to happen. The big thing you want to take away from that is that he barely made it in 2019, and then at the live event, he ended up taking second. This year, I remember looking at the online qualifier and seeing that Jay James Hobart, who had finished second the year before, this year he didn't qualify. 35 to 39-year-old division. Yeah, it's a very tough division for the males, but James Hobart, guys, he's won like 4 freaking team games championships, and you know that he moves well. He's in all of the demo videos that you're ever going to see about CrossFit on the internet. The guy's the fucking man. And of course, I'm just talking Masters, and he's like, oh, who cares about the Masters? Well, you know what? A lot of people care about the Masters. If you're going to put on a competition, you should just do it the right way. Adrian Bosman at the press conference, like, this isn't anything new. We then hear Dave Castro say, that's not something that we should chalk this all up to. Don't just say that. Like, we should be trying to get better. And has this been a thing for a long time? Yeah, it's been a thing for a long time. Does that mean that at this point in the game, almost 10 years deep into the online competition, that this is the way that it should be for all time? Well, if you just kind of keep letting things go, it seems to be the way that they want to do things. There were only 10 qualifiers in each age group going to the CrossFit Games. If this is something that you want to do, you'd think that they'd want to do it right. The thing that the world is going to become more and more aware of, the less you try to do things the right way, is that you can get away with murder. Do whatever the fuck you want. It's not a good look. And at some point in time, the people are going to need to decide if it's what they want to support any longer. In 2018, 400 or so thousand people signed up for the Open, maybe 500,000. It was the biggest year ever. And I know a lot of shit has happened since then, but what's CrossFit going to say when next year only 100,000 people sign up for the Open or less? They're taking themselves down slowly is what it seems like. I'm just connecting the dots. I don't know shit about fuck.
I don't know shit about fuck.
But what do you guys think? I know that it's complete bullshit that Steve Mann is sitting in that position with everything that's been laid out. I think it's complete bullshit that Tommy Hackenbruck needs to say the things that he needs to say about his guy sitting in 11th place. And I think that it's complete bullshit that 10 years deep into the sport, we're going to watch a press conference where somebody like Adrian Bosman is going to say something like, well, you know, what you gonna do? It's been like this forever. Sounds weak. That's all. My opinion. What's yours? Andrew Hiller, out.
They know.
Stay back! I'm not bluffing.
They know. They just don't care.